So I gave a homework that you should be doing back home. You could do that? Yes, you could do that. So today would be the second class, and the class is about how we should fill ourselves with strength. So we will start with a few minutes of meditation. Sit back and sitting here in silence. Just let your mind go with the thoughts that I give you. Gently and silently, you remind yourself that you are a sparkle of light right behind your eyes. You're a beautiful being of light. You are peaceful, loveful, and powerful. You're an eternal point of light. In your originality, you're pure, true, and eternal. You're independent, and you're giving life to this body. And you tell yourself, I am a soul. I'm a living diamond. I'm using this body and connecting to this world. But I am a spiritual being, a being of light. Stay in this consciousness that you are a soul, and so is everyone around you. Om Shanti. When we understand that the soul has to be empowered, we recognize the need that we have to fill ourselves with new strength. And to do so, we need a source. There has to be a source from where we can get this strength. So the question arises is that where do we get this strength from? Some people would say, we can get this strength on our own. Why can't we do that? We can sit back and keep telling ourselves, I'm wonderful, I'm nice, I have every capability within me, I'm a beautiful being. I can continuously do that, and then probably I'll feel that power within me. But if such a thing would be possible, I think a whole lot of people would be powerful, because one thing is to repeat something to yourself and one thing is to believe it. I can tell 101 times I'm wonderful, I'm peaceful, I'm great. But then that feeling has to reach my heart that I would experience it, that truly I am that. Not just at that moment, but also in my interactions and in my day-to-day life. I should see that I'm getting to be more peaceful. So then this whole process of trying on my own is temporary. I need extra strength. So someone would say, how about, a guru? How about a guru, or how about somebody who could guide me, then probably I'll get very powerful. Guru again is good because he can give you a guidance, he can tell you what to do, or there could be a support system also. But then again, you have to do everything on your own. Whatever he would say, to follow it also you need strength. So sometimes what happens is that the person who just get caught up in the guru and said, I can't do anything, you do everything for me. So that's where you can get stuck. So there is no power. You would only listen and enjoy that knowledge. Enjoy the feeling of being with the Guru, but then the life remains the same. There are few changes probably. Few changes would come, but apart from that, the beauty of life that you can bring in, using all the capabilities, does not come at the right time. Third, they would say, maybe people who love us and have regard for us, we can get some strength from them. If they keep on giving us respect and love and regard, I'll get powerful. But it is such a difficult thing, if you have someone around you continuously giving you love and regard, is that possible? Is that possible? Continuously someone keeps giving you, and you don't have to give anything in return at all. Or that is not possible, because until unless I get strength and respect and love continuously from someone, without me giving anything in return, I can get powerful. I can really get powerful. But everything in life, you see, it's give and take. You have no problem in that anyway. You give something, you get something. If you do not give anything, after a while it stops. That's about it. But if someone were to continuously give, they will get empty also. So I need someone who does not get empty and who continuously gives me and does not take anything from me. If such a relationship is there, like it's a source, I only take, like it is a generator, we only take. You don't give anything, just have to keep on giving. At least here you have to put diesel and this and that. But I need someone who absolutely needs nothing, absolutely nothing from anywhere, not just from me, nowhere, but he's ready to only give. And he said, that would only be possible by God. He's the only one who can only give and not take anything from us. But then there are so many people, I think 80 to 90% of the world believes in God. Whatever religion they follow, they believe in God. They say, I believe in God. God is doing everything. He is the one who's making us move. What good happens is that He has done it. It's because of His grace and His blessings. We keep saying that, but it's so much important to have faith. I was giving an example in the morning that let us, you've been coming here for a couple of days. You come and you listen and you know there is a small little exhibition which is kept here. You're aware of it. So you go home and a neighbor comes up and tells you that, there is no exhibition in Arya Samaj grounds. I went there, I didn't see anything. You would say, what are you talking? I went there just yesterday and it will be there. How can it just disappear? And there is a class today also. He'll say, no, it is not there. Because you've been here, you spent some time here, you would argue and say, no, it is there, I'm for sure it is there. You didn't see properly. Because you know, so you have faith. Let us say you've never been here. Somebody comes up to you and tells you that, I don't think anything's going on there, but I got a pamphlet. So maybe they might have cancelled that event. If you do not no, you cannot have faith. If you just listen, whatever somebody tells you, or somewhere you read, you create a belief. And beliefs can change. It continuously changes. Somebody would say, why don't you go and, go this place because you get healed. You'll go there. You go to this person and then everything will be alright for you. Your life will be fine because he gives some mantra. I'll go there. The more the problems and the more the desires, the more the ways. We were renovating our center back in 2004. And somebody came and he said, sister, we should also respect Vastu. It's a science. It gives you the idea of where the sunlight should come and everything. So it's a good thing. We should listen to a Vastu person. I said, you can bring a Vastu person. You can bring him and we will have a discussion. So a Vastu person came. And he is an expert. He actually advises people who do business, and he's known for the book that he's written, and he's very famous. It says whatever he has spoken has come right. So, and such a person to come was great. That's what the brother told me. So I was rather pleased. He comes, and then because we were renovating, everything was broken down. Almost nothing you can see. He walks into a room and he says, what was it before? So we said this was the bedroom. He said, was it a guest room or somebody was living in here? We said, yeah, we were living. I didn't tell I was, but I said, yeah, it was a bedroom we were using. So he said, unbelievable. I said, what do you mean unbelievable? He said, whoever stayed here would have got mentally ill. I said, I stayed here 10 years. I didn't go mentally ill at all. So he looked at me and said, oh, Meera, I said, nothing would happen to you, meditate, no? So I said, brother, why don't you advise people to meditate, then break walls? He said, everybody wants shortcuts. They don't want to meditate and build strength. So the simple thing is, if I have strength, nothing can actually touch me. Nothing negative can touch me, right? So when beliefs are there, what my strength is, I'm not ready to use. I'm looking for something out there. I remember going with my school when I was in my 10th to Goa. I studied in a convent school. So they were all nuns and they took us all the way to Goa, and then they had a church there called St. Xavier. You know the church, St. Xavier's Church? And so when they all went there, they asked us to be seated on that lawn there, and the nuns all went inside to touch the body of St. Xavier. It seems if you touch it, you heal. It's true, lot of them heal. He was a great saint, a healer of his times. But he is no more, but his body is still preserved there. So when they all went, two teachers who are not Christians, Hindi and Telugu teachers, they wanted to go also. They said, we have some spondylitis and allergy reactions, we are going. We went. When we came back to school back in Hyderabad, there was a lot of giggling in my class. All the girls would be giggling. I would ask them, what is wrong? Why are you giggling? Because in the assembly, the nuns would go and share their experiences of how they've got over those diseases that they had after going to St. Xavier's Church, which was true. They're not telling lies. But all the girls in my class are laughing. I'd ask them, why are you laughing? They would say, look, the St. Xavier, whoever he is, he's very partial. He has healed these nuns, but he did not heal the Telugu teacher, the Hindi teacher. They're not going and sharing anything at all. Now St. Xavier is not there. He cannot heal. The soul is not there, na? But the nun believes. Is it what I'm trying to say? Her belief is healing her. Right? And there are beliefs and beliefs and beliefs that there's one temple, you'll go 100 times around, you will get a visa. How is that possible? You get 2 trees married and your daughter will get married. One lady got 2 trees married, paying 50,000 rupees. If you do not know, there are too many ways then. One girl came to the center and she said she wants to meditate. And I asked her why. I usually ask, why do you want to meditate? She said, in my project, she is a software engineer. In my project, there is a boy. I want to marry her. I said, then for that you want to meditate. So how is that connection? I don't understand. She said, because the boy is already engaged. I said, if he is engaged, then you forget him. No, you mind your own business. She said, no, I saw the girl. She doesn't deserve him, it seems. I said, it's none of her business. If he deserves or she deserves. She said, if I meditate, do I get the power to marry him? I said, no, you don't get that kind of strength from this meditation. This meditation will help you to forget him. So she goes and she never comes back. Right? She's not going to get anything from this meditation. One day, I think a few months later, I see her learning meditation from some other sister. And I looked at her and I said, how come you're back? So she said, I'm in more trouble now. What trouble? She says the main thing is, this whole issue about the boy. I said, oh my God, did you go and talk to the boy or something? She said, no, he's married. He's gone to Mumbai. But the thing is, I found a fakir. Fakir, he said, I will do a puja for you. And it will have, and one thread I will tie, which is called Vashikaran mantra in it. So you can marry that boy. So she spent 43,000 rupees for different various pujas in about 4 months. So what is happening here? God has nothing to do with this. Can you imagine God saying, you do this puja or I'll see, I'll punish you. You do this puja, then I'll give you what you want. If such a case would be there, do you think we see God is equal and He's impartial? So if somebody puts a little more money, He'll take care of them, is it? It doesn't make sense, that if you really think. So that's why it's very important to know God. Who is He really? Is he someone that you fear? Somebody was telling me, sister, I'm a very God-fearing person. I said, please don't say that. You say God-loving. Why should you fear Him as your Father? What is it to fear? He is not a punishing God. You're doing wrong. See, I'll punish you now. He is not that. People do that. God does not do that. So who is He? If you want to know something clearly, you should understand it universally. Not through one literature or one culture, one religion, no. You have to understand it universally. From every perspective of life all over the world, what is the concept of God? Right? And those points which are commonly connect everything together would be the right thing. If I am saying it's a mic, would you all agree? It's a mic or not? Yes or no? Yeah. You will agree this is a mic. So this is a mic. We all are agreeing together and this concept is true. This is used to get my voice across. That is what it will be used for. Somebody will take it and go and break something, that is up to them. But this is usually used to speak and communicate. Right? So when we take the concept of God, it should be the same thing for everyone. Let us say there is one person and he has 5 children. All the 5 children would look at the same person and say, he's my father. No? Right or wrong? So we understand that we are all souls and we are the children of one God. Don't we all say that? Sabka Malik Ek hai. So we say that. So that means to say, there should be only one God. There can't be 100 gods. Even if you say, 100 gods, it doesn't sound very good. So it could be only one God. So who is it? Who can that be? I'll tell you. If I'm looking at the idea of God, there are 5 common points which connect all religions together. Everybody will agree on these 5 points about God. They will never argue, they will not have a fight, they say, yes, you're right. And the 5 points are, first, He is highest on high. Uttam se Uttam. There was nobody higher than Him. He has no mother, He has no father, He has no friend, He has no relative, He only has children. So we say, Tumeva matascha pita, tumeva bandhu sakha, tumeva. You are everything to me. That means to say, He is a parent for this whole world, but He Himself does not have any parents. Second, He is beyond. Beyond in the sense, he is beyond life and death and like and dislike, hmm? sorrow and happiness. They say, abhokta, akarta, asochta. He doesn't think like a human being. He does not perform actions like a human being. He does not experience anything like a human being. In conclusion, he is not a human being. He is not. Third, they say he is someone who is Sarvagya. Sarvagya is he is having all the knowledge of this earth within him. There is a sect under Islam which is called Sufism. And they say that if you turn all the land on this earth into paper, all the trees on this earth into pens, all the water on this earth into ink, you will still not be able to write the knowledge that he has within him. That much of unlimited knowledge he has. They say he knows the past, the present and the future at the same time. So he is knowledgeful. The fourth point, they say, God is someone who is like an ocean. You know ocean? Unlimited, deep, you don't know where it's going to go, you don't know where it's going to end. It's unlimited. You can take lorries and lorries full of water, ocean is still there, no? It never becomes empty. So he's an ocean of love, ocean of peace, ocean of happiness, ocean of power, ocean of purity. So he is an ocean. The fifth point is, as I said, everybody should agree, all sarva dharma manya, all religions should agree that he is God. Only then he is considered to be God. So that is the most tricky part of the whole thing. You know, if I take the picture of Krishna and put it in front of a Christian, he will put a picture of Christ in front of me. And that is when all the conflicts will begin. So how do we come to a conclusion that all religions should agree that he is God and only then he is God? We will take up all the religions in India. You have Christianity, Islam, Sikhism, Buddhism, Hinduism. So you go to the origins of each religion, not what has happened to it now. You go to the origin, the very beginning of each religion, what have they spoken about God. If you come to Jesus Christ, he never said that he is God. And he has a very high pure consciousness. And he said, I am the child of God, I am the messenger of God. And he said, God is light and God is love. He did not describe God with physical attributes. He never said God has beautiful eyes or, he's tall. He never described anything physical. He said he's light. And at the same time, he mentioned when he was put on the cross, he looked at all the people who are, giving him all that, on the cross that are putting him. He said, oh Lord, he's looking up at God and said, Lord, forgive them. He's asking God to forgive them, for they did not know what they do. So he's referring to someone above him, so he knows that he's a child of God up there. So he never said that he's God. If you come to Guru Nanak, he never said that he is the Satguru. He said, Eko Omkar Satnam Akal. There's only one. Eko Omkar, there's only one God. There cannot be 100 gods. Eko Omkar Satnam Akal, the one who never dies. Akal means death. It cannot eat him. Akal Takta Murat, he's the one who occupies the throne of immortality. He does not die ever. Right? We die. We occupy throne of mortality. The body is the throne for the soul, no? It is mortal, but he doesn't have a mortal body. So, and then when you come to, and both of them pointed up above. He's not here, he's up there and he's only one. You cannot have three gods. When you say, upar wala jane, you say the one who above there, he will know. You will not say the ones upar, or lot of ones who are there up there, they will know. You will not say this. You talk about only one. If you come to Buddhism, they do not have a specific form of God in Buddhism. Why it is not there, that is a sixth class. This is still the second class. But why they do not have, but then they have one form which is actually oval shaped form which they keep it on the table and they concentrate upon it. In different parts of Buddhism, not everywhere. But they put it and they concentrate upon that and they consider it to be the bestower of peace. They call it Chinkansu. Chinkansu meaning bestower of peace. Again, no eyes, no nose, no face, nothing. It's got to be incorporeal. He does not have a body. If you come to Islam, there is only one form in Makkah. Nowhere else. If you go to Makkah, it seems Prophet Muhammad went on top of a mountain and he had a vision of God. When he saw that vision, he was so filled with ecstasy and he called a person with him and he asked him, can you get me a stone where a light could pass through it? He wanted to communicate this vision of God to a common man. So when they got a stone, it was red in color it seems, and he placed it there and he called it Sang E Eshwat. And it's also called Kaaba Ka Pattar. And people go there only to visit that particular image. But if you go to any mosque all around the world, you do not have any image. Never. You only have Holy Quran frames made. They will not have even the picture of Prophet Muhammad anywhere. Because they understand God does not have a body. So Sang E Eshwar, the meaning peace of light. It means peace of light. So again, God to be Nirakar, he does not have a body. If you come to Hinduism, the oldest temples in India, Rameshwaram, Pashupatinath, Vishwanath, Somanath, and also you have Amarnath. So these are the oldest temples in India. The very first temple which was built in India was in Somanath, that is in Gujarat, built by Vikramaditya. So when this was built, there was only an oval-shaped form again, which is we call it as Shivalinga. Shiva actually has two meanings. In very old Hindi, Shiva means full stop, point. It also means Kalyanakari, that is benefactor. Right? In the olden days, when the merchants would write accounts, they would write the whole accounts, and in the end they would write Shiv and leave it. Shiv actually means full stop. And how does a full stop look? Stop. Lingam means akar, swarup, form, shape. So Shiv Lingam means the one who has the form of a dot. Yeah? So on the lingam you will always see a dot on it that you worship, no? There's always a dot and then three lines. Only in Amarnath you will not see a dot because it's made of ice. But everywhere else you will have a dot. So the worship is of the dot actually. See, simple concept. We are all souls, you agree that? How does a soul look? Huh? Point of light. About it. Even in movies they show that the soul is leaving like that, the point of light is leaving like that, you know. So if we are souls, if you agree that you are souls, the simple understanding is, if I have 2 hands and 2 feet, the one who's given birth to this body, my father here, would also have 2 hands and 2 feet, no? And probably I'd look a lot like him also, right? So would you say it's sister's father, so he should have 16 hands and 13 feet? No. 2 hands and 2 feet. That's about it. I am a soul. How would the father of the soul look like? How would he look like? If I am a soul, a point of light, the father of the soul, how would he look? Point of light. Simple as that. Soul. Supreme soul. The only difference between me and God is that he does not have a body and I am seen to have one. I have my car, he doesn't have. That's the only difference here. So if you see all the religions here, they're all pointing out from the origins that God is a point of light. When I heard this, I wanted to experiment. Is it true or not? I wanted to go and ask all the people from different religions whether this is true or not. The first experiment I did was, I told you I studied in a convent school. So there was this Father Patrick who used to teach us moral science. So when I was in college then, so I went back, we would go with friends to go and meet and talk to him because he's a very nice person. So when I went and met him, I showed a picture of God as a point of light, something that you're able to see right behind me. So I showed the picture and I asked him, is this God? I mean, Brahma Kumaris are saying that God is a point of light. He looked at it and immediately he said, that is Jehovah. I said, Jehovah? Who's Jehovah? He said, that is God. But he said, I'm going through the teachings of Christ to reach there. I said, fantastic, but this is God. So we had a servant maid in my house at that point, and she was a Christian. So my mother got a picture of, a picture which was point of light in the living room. She was sweeping, she looked at it and she stopped, and she was very particular. She would never come on a Sunday. She was a strong Christian, she would go to church. She looked at that and she looked at me and she told me in Telugu, Yahova nammutaru kan meeru churchiki rara, she said. You believe in Yahova but you don't come to church? I said, this is Yahova. Yeah, this is God. And then finally I had a friend called Humaira. She used to carry this much Quran. Very pretty Quran she used to have in her bag. And she, even though they were not Ramadan days, she used to do namaz. So she used to carry a mat with her. I would help her. I'll put the mat for her. She'll wash her face. All that she used to do. She used to read the Quran and do namaz. She took permission from the principal 5 times in the college, 11th and 12th when I was studying. And she was a very close friend of mine. She was the only one I could go and ask her. And I asked her, what do you think Brahma Kumaris are saying like this? God is point of light. What do you have to say? She told me, in Quran it's written, she said it is nothing new, she told me. In Quran it's written, Khuda Noor-e Ilahi. Noor means light. No? So God is that. And later on I heard that, Khuda Noor-e Ilahi, many times later. But the concept is the same. At that point of time, I had someone who was reading the Gita and I asked and she said, Jyoti Bindu Paramatma is written in Gita. Jyoti is what? Light. Bindu is point. Param Atma. Jyoti Bindu Param Atma. It's written there already. That is why the oldest Shiva temples are called Jyotilingas. Jyoti means what? Right. Jyotirlingas. Jyotirlinga Yatra I am going means what are you talking about? Going and meeting God who is light actually. There is a temple near in Tamil Nadu which is called Chidambaram temple. My father was working there at Annamalai University, so there was this temple there, and the Pujari, when I went for my vacation, he told there is Chidambar Rahasyam is there. There is one secret there, he told. When I heard that, I was very curious. I don't know which class I was in, but I was very curious. My father doesn't believe in all that. But I told him, you should go on that one particular day when they open and see what is inside, and you should call and tell me. My father said, I have no time for this. I said, no, you should go. So that one particular day when I called, he sent his students there to see. And when they opened that door, it is pitch dark. It is pitch dark and one light is flickering in the corner somewhere. They said, this is the truth, and they closed the door. He is just a point of light. Simple as that. Yeah? And the question arises, where is he? He is a point of light, agreed, but where is he? Now if I were to tell you, God, when you're talking about God, he lives in Mumbai, what would you say? What nonsense, sister. He can't be in Mumbai. So he can't be in Mumbai, he can't be in Hyderabad. No, God is living in Hyderabad, let us go and meet him. Doesn't make sense. So how can we say that he is omnipresent even when we're telling he cannot be in Mumbai? How can he be everywhere then? They say God is in the mic, God is in the stage. No, he's not anywhere. He's not omnipresent, but he's omniscient, omnipotent. So the whole understanding of God is that you see the 3 lines on the Shivling, which is actually means Trilokinath. When we say God, where do we look? Where do we look? Do we say God? Do we look down? Or do we look to the side? We look above God. We look up and say, God, you are up there. Upar rehne wala. So we understand that God is above. Above where? We've gone in a flight. Did we see? No, he is not up there. More higher. People, the satellites and all have gone much beyond that. Have they seen? But they have not seen. So he should be much more higher than that. Yeah? higher than the universe, higher than all the galaxies, the stars, higher than all of that. And that is called the land of light. It is called Param Dham, where Paramatma resides. It is called Mukti Dham by sannyasis, because that is where you get liberation. It is also called Brahma Tattva by sannyasis, because it's the element of light. It is called Nirvana Dham, because there is no Vani there, by Jains. Nirvani, no words, you don't talk there, you cannot talk actually, because there is no body there. It is also called seventh heaven by Christians. It is also called Sam Maidan by Muslims. This is where God resides. He's always there. And we souls come from there. This is our home. Don't we say, Jahan se aaye, wahan wapas jana. Abhi, kahan se aaye? At least we have to know where we came from. So this is where we came from. This is the land of light. And when we were there, we didn't have bodies. We were just souls, beautifully sparkling there. And we lived there. And then we came down. And here is the earth that we are in. It is within the limitations of time, space, matter and sound. We are in the limitations here, and we are here at this point of time. This is called the corporeal world. This is called the incorporeal world. Aristotle, in those days, he had said there are only two worlds. The world of objects and the world of souls. Only two objects. He was so clear. World of objects, matter. World of souls. Right? And right in between is what we call as a subtle region. Like Christians call it the angelic world. You have image of light with no blood and bones. Our own perfection is there. You must have seen some of the mythological movies we have of the deities throwing flowers from the skies. Have you seen that? So that is actually the concept of the subtle region. This land is golden red in color. Paramdham is golden red. That's exactly why we use kumkum and haldi for all auspicious occasions. Have you seen? You know, kumkum and haldi, red and yellow, very auspicious, because that is how our home looks like. This is the home of all souls. Whatever religion they belong to, whatever country they belong to, wherever they are from, they all come from here. Okay? I'm here. And he's here. And what is his kartavya? He's got three kartavya. Generation, operator, destroyer. He generates new sanskaras in the soul, destroys the old sanskaras, sustains the new. Some people say, I have a lot of patience, but it is going. So even to sustain, you need strength from him. To establish, I never had patience, he gives strength for that. I want to destroy anger, he gives strength for that. So he is the one who is Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwar. Three tasks, they show in three different forms. Yeah? It's also called G-O-D, God, generator, operator, destroyer. G-O-D. Okay? So he is here and I am here. It is like having a radio and you put it on to listen to some songs and you can't hear anything on any FM, nothing you can hear. So you're very upset. So would you call up, let us say, one of the FMs or All India Radio and complain, why you're not transmitting programs? Would you ask? Yes? Would you call All India Radio and ask? Yes or no? Why would you? You would not, yeah? You would not. Because there is something wrong with the radio. Why would All India Radio not transmit programs? That is the only thing they do the whole day. So you would take the radio and get it repaired in the same way. If I'm not able to get the power and the connection from God, whose fault is it? Here. You don't have to do a lot to get there. He's already got to us. His link is with us already, but a reciprocal link from my end is not there. So work has to happen here, not there. He's already connected. He's a parent, na? Parent is connected. A lot of parents are always connected to children. Children are not connected to the parents, no? That is the problem. So here we are totally occupied in all sorts of things, and so every time he calls us, it is engaged. So how can he connect to us? It's very difficult. The frequency is so different. So meditation, the process of Raj Yoga meditation is to connect and to have the right frequency to connect to him. That is the method. So the understanding is, I am going directly to God. So a lot of people ask me questions. Sister, if God is Nirakar and is the point of light and is beautiful, that is a wonderful concept. But the thing is, what about the deities? Today is Navaratri day. We've made beautiful Janki there, all the deities sitting there, and we're worshipping, and tomorrow is Dashera. So what is this about the deities, and if God is a point of light? Who are these deities? Who are they? I'll tell you. No image of anyone can be ever made and kept if they did not exist. If Channareddy statue is there near Nagarjuna circle, is because he was a chief minister at one point. If the deities are built, the mages are built, the idols are built and temples are made, that means they existed. It is not one story, they existed. But who were there? I'll tell you. There are 4 levels are there. One level are people in our own families who are very good. Like some people come up and tell me, sister, my father was such a great person. He didn't earn 1 pie for us, but he's given us his name. So just telling his name, we're getting a lot of work done. Because of his values, what he lived by. I'm very proud. And some people say, I'm very proud of my grandfather, I'm very proud of my uncle. There's somebody that they transform the families, the structure on the basis of what kind of person they happen to become. Right? This is one level. There are a lot of people like that. In every family there's someone like that. But this level, above this level, are whom we call as Mahatmas, Punyatmas and Dharmatmas. Like Vivekananda, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Jesus Christ, and Mahatma Gandhi, and there's so many of them and so many saints in that level. They're Mahatmas and Dharmatmas. But these Mahatmas, Dharmatmas are also looking up to God. Gandhi is to worship. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa is to worship Kali, and Vivekananda is to worship Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Right? So it is all connected. They're looking up above, at higher than them. So this is the ones who changed societies. These are Mahatmas and Dharmatmas. Beyond this level are whom we call as Devi Atmas. They don't look anywhere up. They're very perfect in their virtues and qualities. And these Devi Atmas, they say there are 33 crore Devi Devataye, they say. You must have heard it. 33 crore Devi Devataye. And they lived with such great living that there was no war, there is no contamination of the mind, there is absolutely no crime. That is the kind of kingdom that they ruled at one point, so they remembered even now. If you have Shraddha days, you will see that you will keep all the deities, and you also keep your grandfather or grandmother's picture who's no more, and worship. What you do for the deity, you do for your grandfather also. You put tilak, you put flowers. So worshipping a deity is worshipping an ancestor. But you will never keep your grandfather's picture next to lingam and worship. You do that? Never. There are a lot of systems to get lingam into the house. Right? So that means to say, when we are worshipping, we say Brahma Devataya Namaha, Vishnu Devataya Namaha, Shiva Paramatmaya Namaha. Difference, no? Devta as a body, as a family, ruling, perfect, beautiful qualities. They say Nar aise karma kare jo Narayana bane, Nari aise karma kare jo Lakshmi bane. There is something that we have to become because they are our ancestors with different qualities and virtues. Beyond this Devi Atmas is one Paramatma. There cannot be many Paramatmas. There are many Devi Atmas, many Mahatmas, but only one Paramatma. He is the father of all Devi Atmas. He is the father of all Mahatmas and Punyatmas. He is only one. Right? And that is how we understand that we need to connect to what has happened now is people are getting caught up in secretaries now. Your father is a prime minister. Do you have to take appointment from the secretary? You have to? You don't have to. You go just barge in and say, Papa, what's going on and things like that. You go and meet him directly. You don't need a mediator. Right? So if God is your father, do you need a secretary? Some secretaries are there who will say, please, I am not God. God is up there. They say, no, we don't want to go there. You are only God. And some people get tired and say, okay, I'm only God, you take my picture and worship. So what is happening in this whole process is we're getting disconnected from God and we are caught up in secretaries. So that is why we're not getting empowered. We are listening and we're just the way we are. The same kind of quality of living is going on. That is why we need to empower. The soul has to get power, and the kind of power the soul requires is with Him. So you have to connect to Him. And when you connect, you are able to bring that strength and see yourself working through. What is the method of connecting to Him? How do we connect to Him is the process of Raj Yoga meditation, which I will teach you tomorrow. Okay? Today's class is about this. Today's homework is speak to Him today. Speak to your Father. How do you speak? Through your mind. You don't talk loud. He can't hear this voice up there. It's your bhavana and your feeling that what reaches to Him. Everything that is there in your heart, talk to Him. But get that image of Him as a beautiful point of light with rays coming out. And He is your Father, the Father of all the souls. You talk to Him. Whatever is there in your mind, just share it with Him. And tell Him, I will now surrender it to You. You take care now. I'm not able to do a few things. You take care of this and I'll take care of this. I'll take care of myself. You take care of the problems. You'll do this exercise? Huh? You tell God today. Continue with the 3 exercises that you did yesterday. Did you do it? Continue that. Don't discontinue that. Add this exercise today. Sit for about 2-3 minutes and remember Him and see Him that He's up there and He's Nirakar and He is your Father, and you tell Him everything. Okay? Fine? Now we'll have a few minutes of meditation. And we have someone with us who wanted him to come and share his experience. So we'll just first meditate. Sit back, relax yourself. Om Shanti. Again, taking out time for the self. I spend this few moments to think and know myself more deeply. Right behind my eyes is I, the soul, the point of light, eternal, true and pure. And my nature and religion is peace. And I give life to this body. I look through these eyes, speak through this mouth, and hear through these ears. I am a soul. And I am residing within this body, which is my costume. I ask myself, where did I come from? And who is my parent? I take my mind beyond. Beyond towards the skies, beyond the clouds, the universe, the sun, the moon, the stars, and the galaxy. And beyond all that is the land of light, the golden red land of peace, the land of all souls, the home of all souls. And in that land I see God. He looks just like me. The point of light. His rays of peace and love, mercy and purity, reaching out in all directions. He is my eternal parent, parent of all souls on this earth. His almighty authority, the purifier. I feel the rays are falling upon me here, and I'm coming under His protection. I feel safe and secure, for He is empowering me, and He will show me the direction. I just have to stay calm, and He'll work through me. I stay in this awareness that I am the child of God. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. We have amidst us Brother Dashrath. Archana Ben will introduce him. He's been meditating for a while with us, and I would request him to come up and share his experience.